This is Matador News.
And here are today's headlines.
The Porter Ranch gas leak was officially declared COP this morning by Southern California Gas Company.
The United Nations is delivering aid to all of Syria's 18 besieged areas.
And Toyota is recalling almost 3 million vehicles due to seatbelt malfunctions.
Hello and welcome to Matador News. I'm Trevor Edwards.
And I'm Stephanie Rivera.
Now let's go to the newsroom with Matador News reporter Gabrielle Ortega with the latest update on the Porter Ranch gas leak.
California Department of Conservation officials say the Porter Ranch gas leak has been permanently sealed. The leak at the Aliso Canyon storage facility was uncontrolled for nearly 4 months. More than 5,000 families were relocated after they complained of headaches, nosebleeds, and other symptoms. This past week, officials completed 5 separate tests on the cement seal to make sure the leak has stopped. CSUN Geology Chair Doug Yule says it's too soon to tell what the residual effects will be.
I think it's too soon to know, to be able to answer that question. And I think there's going to need to be continued efforts to monitor the air quality around the site and to talk with people that live in the area.
Mayor Garcetti says the city of Los Angeles will lead efforts to help the residents return to their home, but some CSUN students say they are not convinced.
Personally, none of my family members or friends have been affected, but I have heard everything. You know, they put cement in the well, but I kind of feel like that was just to quiet everyone down. I don't feel like it really did anything. 100,000 pounds of methane have been pumped into the air, so that's a serious problem, and I don't think that cement has fixed that problem.
Mayor Garcetti says stopping the leak is only the first stage of recovery. CSUN students who are concerned will have the opportunity to see Los Angeles Times reporter Alice Walton discuss the gas leak's impact on local residents at the USU on February 25th. And now back to Stephanie Rivera in the studio.
British citizens will get a chance to vote on whether to stay in the European Union. British Prime Minister David Cameron says the referendum should be held in June.
I think it's much more important to get this right than to do anything in a rush. But with goodwill, with hard work, we can get a better deal for Britain.
Britain has been part of the European Union since 1973. The EU is an economic and political partnership that involves 28 European countries. Cameron says he wants to make changes to the relationship between Great Britain and the EU.
Donald Trump's stance on immigration is creating a divide between him and Pope Francis.
And the Pope just made a statement. Can you imagine? I just got a call. As I'm walking up here, they said, Mr. Trump, the Pope made a statement about you. I said, the Pope? What did the Pope say? I like the Pope. I mean, was it good or bad? Because if it's good, I like the Pope. If it's bad, I don't like the Pope.
The Pope, who just finished a 6-day visit to Mexico, commented on the presidential hopeful as he was returning to Rome. Francis called Trump's faith into question, saying a person who thinks only about building walls instead of bridges is not Christian. Trump said the Pope is being too political and acting under the direction of the Mexican government.
President Obama will be the first sitting U.S. president in 88 years to visit Cuba. The visit with Cuba's President Raul Castro will be held in March. This visit will be normalized relationship with Cuba. Obama says the U.S. has already begun making progress with Cuba, connecting U.S. and Cuban citizens through travel and access of information. But Obama says he hopes Cuba will improve their human rights policy.
The UN is gearing up to make its first airdrops of food and medical supplies in Syria. United Nations workers are preparing thousands of aid packages. They hope to combat starvation and poor conditions in areas besieged by Islamic State militants. Some areas have received help from ground convoys, but some harder-to-reach regions are requiring airdrops. The UN estimates nearly 500,000 people are in need of help in besieged Syrian areas, and there may be as many as 4.6 million in harder-to-reach places.
The federal government is trying out new face and eye recognition technology for foreigners leaving and entering the United States. The checkout system aims to ensure visitors are leaving on time before their visas expire. Authorities in San Diego are using trial runs to determine which technology scan is more efficient. Final results are expected this summer.
2 LAPD officers are expected in court today after being charged with sexual assaults of 4 women. LA District Attorney says James Nichols and Luis Valenzuela assaulted the women for more than 2 years. At the start of 2010, the first allegation was made, accusing the pair of threatening to arrest a woman in exchange for sexual favors. Chief of Police Charlie Beck says the officers dishonored not only themselves, but their badge and oath of office as well.
Let's go to Amber Linehan with the business report.
Thank you, Stephanie. Toyota is recalling over 2.9 million SUVs because of faulty seatbelts. The Japanese car maker is recalling their RAV4 models from 2005 through 2016. The company says a metal frame may cut the seatbelts in the second row of the vehicle in a severe crash. If the belt were cut, it wouldn't protect its passengers. Toyota says they'll add plastic to the metal frames at no extra cost to its customers. Apple iPhone sales have dropped for the first time in more than a decade by 4.5%. Analysts expected the decline after the low enthusiasm for the release of the iPhone 6. Experts say low sales may be due to the Apple's competition with other tech companies in developing countries. The 6S and 6S Plus have faced tough competition from Apple's older models. Apple has been adding different services like Apple Music and Apple Pay to boost its business. Now let's go to Ashley LaRue with the latest on sports.
Nike has ended its deals with boxer Manny Pacquiao after he made anti-gay comments. Pacquiao said in a television interview that gay people are worse than humans. Nike has had a deal with the boxer for 8 years, but now the company says the comments are hateful. Nike officials say they want to set a new standard for how athletes are judged. Pacquiao's comments have also ended sponsorships for his upcoming fight in the World Welterweight Championship. The NBA trade deadline is today. The Cavaliers have added Channing Frye from the Orlando Magic, despite rumors Milwaukee Bucks will not be trading Greg Monroe. According to The Vertical, Dwight Howard has not been getting much interest from other teams. The Los Angeles Clippers have no plans in participating in this deadline. Chicago Bull Pau Gasol has no interest in a trade as well and says he wants to remain with the Bulls. The team had until 3 p.m. Eastern Time today to make any deals. Major League Baseball has started its spring training camps. Sports Illustrated has already started ranking all 30 major league teams. The magazine based these rankings on talent, team health, and advanced stats. The top teams were the Chicago Cubs, New York Mets, and Houston Astros. The Los Angeles Dodgers held the 4th spot. The last on the list was the Philadelphia Phillies. The LMB season will start in April. Now let's go to Matador News reporter Julie Nesbitt with the story on the Associated Students elections at CSUN.
On Monday, CSUN's Associated Students announced their elections are coming up. AS Lower Division Senator Christian Rubalcava says there will be multiple ways to vote.
We also will have on-campus voting stations, so I think we're going to have one near the Matador bookstore, one near the Oviatt Library. So, an email will be sent to the students, and they will have the option of voting at home or voting on campus. So it's really, really great for everybody.
Students are always encouraged to vote. Turnout has been improving over the last couple of years, and students say they understand the importance of getting involved.
Yeah, it's important because you're going to be at this campus for 4 years. They're going to be doing stuff that's important to you, maybe helping you out with school stuff, planning events.
Yeah, I think it's important because it's the face of our school, it's the face of the students, so you should vote for who you want to represent you.
AS advocates for the student body and funds their needs. Make sure to vote on April 13th or 14th because every vote counts. Now let's go back to Amber with entertainment.
Mob Wives star Angela Raula, better known as Big Ange, died early this morning. She lost her nearly year-long battle with cancer. Raula was hospitalized with stage 4 lung cancer and brain cancer this January. Her family confirmed her death on Twitter account this morning. They thanked their fans for their support and asked their privacy during this difficult time. Raula is survived by 2 grandchildren and 6 grandchildren. ABC names its first black chief of entertainment on Wednesday. Channing Dungey is the first black female to lead a major broadcast network. Dungey was previously an executive vice president for the network's drama development. She is replacing Paul Lee, who was head of ABC programming since 2010. The Hollywood Reporter says hit television show writer David Milch has gambled away all of his fortune. He is the co-creator of NYPD Blue and HBO's Deadwood. The 4-time Emmy winner, writer, and producer reportedly owes $17 million to the IRS. Milch and his wife are allegedly selling their house, jewelry, and art to raise his money. His wife is supposedly giving him a $40 a week allowance to prevent him from gambling. Now let's go back to Ashley with the health report.
The New England Journal of Medicine says testosterone gel has modest benefits for men. Doctors hope the study will bring some sanity to the testosterone frenzy. The study involved about 800 men who had low testosterone levels. The men who used androgel ended up with only slightly higher testosterone levels. These men say they had moderate increases in their sex drive and some improvement in mood. Researchers say this is the first credible study of the gel's effects. But the study was too short-term to decide whether these gels increase the risk of heart disease and prostate cancer. That's all for the health news. Now let's get back to the latest on the weather.
The rain is over and the valley is starting to dry up. It will be mostly cloudy with a little bit of sun today. The 12-day heat wave ended yesterday and a Pacific storm moved into the Southland last night. Less than 1 inch of rain fell during the showers. The high for today is 66 degrees and the low is 47 degrees. The weekend is expected to heat up with temperatures between the mid-70s and 80s.
Thank you for watching Matador News. I'm Trevor Edwards.
I'm Stephanie Rivera.
I'm Amber Linehan.
And I'm Ashley LaRue. Have a great day.